Welcome back into the Enrichment Sports Source. I was looking over there. You caught me. Today, Will Overstreet, former Vol defensive end, former NFL defensive end, is going to talk about the best pass rusher in the SEC, Jadeveon Clowney. Tennessee shut him down pretty good last year. Can they do it again? He missed yesterday's game with Kentucky due to bruised ribs. He'll probably be back in a couple weeks when Tennessee sees him. How can you slow down Jadeveon Clowney? Will Overstreet in our advanced football segment.
John, thanks. So we're back to one of my favorite topics, except it's the opposite of being great at pass rush. It's how do you stop a great pass rusher? And a guy like Clowney is a big focus for a lot of teams. But there are several things you can do as an offense, as an individual, and as a team to be able to stop a great pass rusher. And the first one of these is hand placement. What I mean by this is the offensive line. Offensive linemen are allowed to hold anywhere inside on that defender. If you can grab him, you've got it. And as soon as you stop his feet by grabbing him, his pass rush is over. The only thing then he can do there is jump up and try to bat the ball down. Second thing, and I always thought this was the most frustrating thing as a defensive end, is a chip block. This is where the running back, in terms of going out for a route, he stops by and makes sure he hits the defensive end and basically comes right off the edge of that offensive tackle. And that can be knock a guy down, it can be blindside. Basically, that running back's got to be determined to say, I am going to make this defensive end hate me. And they can if they want to. That's a great way to stop a great pass rusher. The next one is changing up sets. One of the things I learned when playing in the NFL, a guy like Bob Whitfield, he'd come across from you, he'd give you the same drop back 3 steps every time. And then one time, he'd jump forward at you and he'd headbutt you. And let me tell you, Big Bob had a head that would make your eyes spin if he hit you like that. So occasionally that offensive lineman has to be the aggressive one and not let that defensive end always know what you're going to be doing on each and every play. And the final one is how the coaches can eliminate a great pass rusher, and that's slow them down, screens and draws. Anything that gets that guy going upfield just to have the ball go past him or over his head is going to frustrate him and get him thinking and not just in that kill mode of moving downfield. All of these things, there's individuals in offensive line, help from the running back, how the team and the coaches can help draw this up are all things that can really frustrate a pass rusher and keep him on his heels and guessing at what's going to happen next. Got to be able to do them, especially against a player like Clowney. He's a great pass rusher, but he's still a human and he can still be knocked down. Back to you, John.
Will Overstreet does a great job every week, couple of minutes of advanced football. He talked about trying to shut down a pass rusher like Jadeveon Clowney. Let me ask you this. Tennessee shut him down except for the last play last year, and he got around and strip sack Tyler Bray. Carolina yesterday had a tough time with Kentucky. They got outscored in the fourth quarter, kind of fell asleep at the wheel. 35-28 they won that game. Does Tennessee, looking at South Carolina, barely got by Central Florida, barely got by Kentucky. You look at them, Tennessee might have come alive, might have more confidence. Does Tennessee have a better shot at beating Carolina than they did beating Georgia?
I thought so. And I thought so in part because Tennessee does have an open date. South Carolina's got to go to Arkansas, then they have to go to Knoxville. And I just think it's hard to make 2 consecutive road trips. I also didn't think South Carolina would be as dangerous offensively as Georgia. So I thought going in they would have a better chance, and I would feel that way right now too.
Okay.
I would have thought Tennessee had the better chance before last night. Nothing happened last night that would have changed my mind on that.
My mind has changed a bit in that I think Tennessee's got a much better shot at beating South Carolina than I did.
Well, that's what I just said, just not very well.
I said nothing changed. All right.
Yeah, with the off week, a chance to rest up, get a little bit better, and then them going on a long road trip. You never know. Connor Shaw seems to get banged up, but he keeps playing. Seems to be a tough guy.
Yep.
Jadeveon Clowney may sprain his pinky finger and not play. So there you go.
Spoken like a true offensive lineman.
I said it once, I said it again. There's nobody on the University of Tennessee schedule left that they're not capable of beating.
Parentheses Alabama. Sorry.
If you stop them, if they don't score, they can't win.
Somebody's got to. Here's the thing. We got to keep him away from Shazan. From Sterling. Keep him away from Sterling. All right, guys. When we come back, it's the lightning round. We're going to talk about some SEC topics and also Tennessee's future opponents. We're going to talk Auburn and Missouri. Come on back on the Enrichment Sports Source.